hello there, hello there, hello there, hello there, hello there, hello there, and welcome to Be in a Jar ASMR. Be in a Jar ASMR. Welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to make a video that I've been wanting to make for the last couple of months, which is a desk tour. Although my desk was not clean enough to make that video until yesterday. I finally cleared all the clutter off of it because you couldn't even tell there was a desk there for a while. I got this desk a few months ago when my partner and I were in the process of moving. It was about a month before we moved out of our tiny little apartment that I ended up finding this on Facebook Marketplace. It's this beautiful antique oak roll top desk, and oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. I've always wanted a desk like this. I've never really had a desk that's my own, you know, and like a place to just have my own personal creative space. And I told my partner, I was like, as soon as we move into the new place, like we got this big place, 5 bedrooms, and like it's just the two of us, and we wanted to have each room be dedicated to like, you know, our creative endeavors. And so I ended up picking out a room to be my office, and he picked out a room to be his office, and he already had a desk and everything, and I was jealous. I was very jealous. And so then I ended up just perusing on Facebook Marketplace like a month before we moved, and I was like, oh my god, I found the perfect desk, and it's so beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it. And amazingly, it was only $50, and this thing is almost 100 years old, and it is in beautiful condition. The people that last owned it took very good care of it. Apparently it was a husband and wife that had owned it for a very long time, and they were just ready to retire it. But I was so excited to find it, although the catch was my partner and I weren't going to be moving into the new house for about a month, and I flipped out as soon as I found this thing, and I told my partner, I'm like, we have to get it, we have to get it. I don't know if I'll ever find one like this again. Well, fact of the matter is these are actually not that hard to find. They're like pretty common, even at the price of like $50, you know, like I could have easily found another one. But nonetheless, I was freaking out. I'd never been on Facebook Marketplace before, and that place is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. Especially because I love collecting old things, and so it was just, oh, it was very dangerous jumping into the waters at that point. And so I told my partner, I was like, listen, if you let me get this desk, I'll store it in like our spare room, and like it'll just be for a month, and then we're gonna be moving, and like, you know, it won't be a big deal. Well, we left it in our office in our old place for, you know, the month, right? It was extremely heavy for us to move it, but we were on a first story apartment, first floor apartment in our old place. Well, then the room that I wanted to have this desk in when we moved to the new house is of course on the second floor. And it's, you know, our house is very old. Our house is about 100 years old as well. And it's got these teeny little stairs that go up to the second floor, and very strange measurements for hallways and things like that. It's just very precarious. Well, my dad ended up helping us move this desk with his truck, and he picked it up with my partner, and he's like, oh god, you want us to take these up the stairs? Ugh, you better write some amazing things at this desk, is what he kept telling me. And so we did end up finally getting it up the stairs at the place. My partner and my dad were troopers, and they carried it up. My mom and I spotted them, and this thing is extremely heavy. It is so heavy. It's solid oak, and so it's incredibly heavy. It's beautiful. I realized we didn't take the drawers out, but I don't know if that would have made much of a difference, since the drawers are actually pretty light in comparison to the body of the desk itself. Beautifully crafted though. I absolutely love it. I really haven't decked it out as much as I'd like to yet. My office is still a disaster, even though, you know, we've been moved in for a couple months. It takes a while to adjust, and this is the cleanest it's looked, so I am so excited to tour you guys around. I realize I haven't even like gotten up to the desk yet. I've talked so much about it, so I apologize. I hope you guys enjoy the rambles. So, I've got these lovely drawers here, these lovely oak drawers. I absolutely Love the texture of this desk. It sounds great, this old oak. I ended up pulling out the drawer here, and I've got some books underneath to support my keyboard, but this is my keyboard that I use for writing. People laugh at this keyboard when they see it because, you know, it looks like a 90s keyboard, and it is modeled after a 90s keyboard. It is not actually from the 90s, but I absolutely love it. I insisted on getting it because I'm very, you know, if you don't know this about me already, very nostalgic, and this looks very similar to the keyboard that my parents and I had at our old house when I was growing up. We had a massive, like, old dome display computer, like one of the big, thick PCs, and these big clacky keyboards, and it just brings me back. And so I love writing on it. I always just feel like I'm making some amazing things happen when I type on this keyboard, on this keyboard, on this keyboard. It's just very satisfying, the big keys. I don't like keyboards with like the flat keys, kind of like my computer, which this is my laptop. This is my laptop. I've got some very questionable stickers on my laptop here. I'll flip it around so that you guys can see. Oh, if I can not make a huge ruckus. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Okay, let's try not to be so precarious. Let's see, what stickers do I have on this? I don't even know. I've got one that just says ambition. I think that was like a free sticker I got with like an Etsy thing. This is from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I absolutely love movies, so I love having movie references on my stuff, or at least I used to. I used to slather stickers all over everything and like just try and be like, this is my entire personality, like everyone can look at it. And now I'm a little more private with that. But you know, I don't care. I really don't care. Not on the channel, anyways. I don't mind. It's just I used to really flash the things I was interested in back in the day. I've got my Overlook Hotel stickers since I love The Shining. Rick and Morty, of course. Season 8 is so good. Oh my god, I love Season 8. This is Samantha from Jack Stauber, who is my favorite artist of all time. There's the man, the myth, the legend himself. Next to Bo Burnham, next to Morticia and the Mystery Machine. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Lots of Rick and Morty on here. My parents are always giving me like cool stickers for Christmas and my birthday, and so I've got a lot of fun little stickers from them. I got this one for myself years ago. Try the Wine. It's from Clockwork Orange. To be honest, a little on the fence about how I feel about that movie. I used to really enjoy it, but it's obviously, if you know what the movie's about, it's very sensitive subject matter, and lately it's been a little uncomfortable to watch. And so, as much as I love the movie and this scene in particular, very funny. But yeah, it's just one of those movies. I'm like, I don't know if that's my favorite movie anymore. It feels a little, a little weird being my favorite movie. So I don't think that is my favorite. I don't know if I could choose a favorite, to be honest. Still a fantastic movie, but just, you know, uncomfortable as hell, obviously. Just let me sleep. Scooby, Cheeseburger Family, Jack Stauber, Baby Hotline, same thing, Jack Stauber. Some niche weird references here. And then this is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Drip from the tap, don't slip. One of my favorite bands. So, on top of that, oh my goodness, my throat is making weird noises, my stomach is making weird noises. I apologize. I'm trying to make this as unedited as possible. So yeah, what else have I got here? I have a little lock box, which does not lock. I won't open it right now, but it is just filled to the brim with pictures, like hundreds and hundreds of Polaroids and just like old 4x6s from when I was a kid that I stole from my parents. I've got a bunch of Polaroids in here. I've got some notebooks from back in the day when I used to just take little notebooks with me to work. I used to work restaurants back in the day. I haven't worked in the restaurant industry in a long time, thank God. I really hate it. I served my time there and I got out. I was like, this is not for me. I respect anyone who works in the restaurant field because it's just so overwhelming and overstimulating, and it's just a lot. But I used to carry like these teeny little notebooks with me in my like what was it, like my apron pocket, I guess, my apron pocket. And I would just write when I was having downtime and stuff. And so I have all these little notebooks that are full of drawings and writings and things like that, just ideas. I've got these cute little drawers here. As a matter of fact, these are drawers as well. Oh wow. One thumbtack. That is incredibly helpful. Jesus. I just leave little surprises for myself a lot of the time. I've got some stickers in here. I've got some unfinished journals. Just some random stuff, honestly. Nothing too exciting. That's from 4-H camp I went to back in like 2015, and it's just got some like motivational things that people had said to me during camp that I love looking at every now and then, even though it was like, oh man, you know, I was a kid when I went to summer camp. Like there were some really sweet things. I like to read them and they help to keep me motivated. This is a little jewelry holder that I picked up recently. I think this might have been in one of my videos. Funny thing is, right now, you know, I've got rings on this hand, which they are jostling around like crazy, but I don't have any rings on this hand because I'm holding my little tripod, and so I'm not too concerned about having rings on this hand because you don't see it until I show you, so oh well. But I love this little jewelry holder. I actually found this in the end aisle at Michael's for like $3, and you know, it's not super high quality, but it makes some great sounds, and it's perfect size for holding like my rings and like a couple necklaces, and like, you know, like if you had earrings or bracelets, you can fit some things in there. I've got some of my rings in here. This poor guy down here is upside down. But yeah, I just like having a little jewelry holder. Speaking of, here's one of my necklaces. I can't remember if I talked about this in my jewelry video or not, but this is a really cool necklace that my partner got for me when he went to the South. I think it was in New Orleans, and he went to a store that was a vampire themed store, and they had this cool necklace there. So he got that for me. He knows me well. He knows me very well. I just have like a magic 8-ball hiding back here for whatever reason. I've got some cookies here from Insomnia Cookies. I think maybe one left. I've been noshing on them periodically before filming this. Some notebooks. This is a little seashell, that I stole from my partner's office, which had a bunch of thumbtacks in them. But then I ended up stealing most of the thumbtacks and using them on my corkboard. I've got a couple spare light bulbs in here for some reason. This is a little list that I've been keeping that's falling off right now, but it's the movies that I want to watch to inspire me to work on my book. I've been working on a book for a few years, haven't been very motivated. I've actually really started taking it seriously this year, and I've got a list of some movies that I've wanted to watch to inspire me to write it, since my lead character is, if I had to describe like an actress that would play her, it would probably be Betty Davis. And so I've got a bunch of old Betty Davis movies that I want to watch to inspire me. And Of Human Bondage, I watched it. It was absolutely terrible. There was one scene that Betty Davis killed it in. She was a great actress, but the lead male was awful, and the story was crap. So that's how it goes. Those old films are a hit or miss. That's from, what was it, 1934. So very old film, but I love old films. I love old films. Really getting into like 30s films lately. They're fun. These are my headphones. I've had these headphones for a very long time, almost 10 years now, which is amazing. These are the Crusher ANC headphones. They're absolutely amazing, especially because they have this slider bar here. This little slider bar. that is a bass booster, and so I always have them turned all the way up with the bass all the way up. No, I cannot hear. I have extreme hearing loss. Not true, but it probably will be someday. Here's my Blue Yeti mic, which you will definitely recognize from my videos. I've also had my Blue Yeti for a very long time, about as long as I've had my headphones, if not longer. I bought it with the intention of making ASMR videos when I was very young, and then I just kind of forgot about it. I didn't have the courage to make ASMR videos when I was that young. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because it takes a lot to put yourself out there, and it can be easy to feel put down at times on the internet. And, you know, being a vulnerable kid at the time, I feel like it just wasn't the right time, wasn't the right place. But now I feel like I'm in a good place to do that. I'm very excited about actually having this thing put to use, since the Blue Yeti has always been one of my favorite mics. I've wanted to expand and work on getting a new mic, like something like the Zoom H6 would be amazing, or like Rode mics or something, but obviously those require money, lots of money, lots of money, lots of money. And then back here, I have a cheap little sunset lamp. Oh, I have stuff falling, whoopsie. A sunset lamp, I think I bought this at like a Fred Meyer, but it works fairly well. I'm gonna turn it away from me so we don't blind ourselves, but it's got this little remote, and you know, it just offers a little bit of mood lighting. You'll definitely see that in a lot of my videos. It's just nice for a little bit of ambiance, honestly. Like I said, it doesn't do much, but it just adds a little bit of spice, a little bit of spice. This desk has these little leaves that you can pull out. I'll show you on this side. I think these were for writing, but I haven't used this one for writing yet, but I have been using this one for my mouse. And my little, you know, wrist rest, since that's supposed to help with carpal tunnel, I guess. I don't know. It's just comfortable. It's just comfortable. I'll show you guys the top of my desk, which is a little more exciting than the bottom here. I have not changed the time on my clock yet. Our power went out a few days ago, and I still have not changed that back yet. So I guess we don't know what time it is. We don't know what time it is. We don't know what time it is. I picked this guy up the other day. Absolutely adorable. I wanted a new little desk lamp, since the lighting in my office has strictly been an overhead, which I actually swapped the bulbs for. I think that's what these two light bulbs are actually. The lighting that you're seeing coming down here that's like kind of purpley, it's because I have one red and one blue bulb in my overhead light. I just wanted it to be like ambiance, and then I wanted to do lamp lighting for the rest, because I absolutely love lamp lighting over overhead lighting. But I ended up finding this adorable little lamp, and I thought it was so cute. It was so cute. It was so cute. I love Winnie the Pooh. I have loved Winnie the Pooh my whole life. I had a Winnie the Pooh nursery when I was a kiddo. My partner did too, which is really cool that we had like the same nursery theme, small world. But yes, so cute, so cute. I love it. This lampshade did not come with this lamp. It didn't come with a lampshade. I just like kind of propped that on there. So it works, it works, it works, but it's very cute. And yeah, adorable, adorable. I thought it was perfect theme for the channel as well, the channel as well, the channel as well. This is a little CD player and radio that I've had for a very long time, about 10 years as well. I think one of my friends, like some kid, gave this to me back in the day, and I actually painted this on top. One thing about me that you should know is I absolutely love The Simpsons. I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but it will continue to be mentioned. Especially classic Simpsons. I was raised on The Simpsons, so I started painting Lisa on top of here with the house, and tried to do like donuts on here. This was, again, a very old project. I have not painted on that in many years. It was, again, like 10 years since I painted on that, which is crazy. I'm really starting to feel my age. What's my age again? Then I have here a little strawberry and a little banana. I love how I was tapping on the banana, even though the strawberry. It's a little inside joke between my partner and I. But I love the little Nidos. They're so squishy. So squishy. I love them. And then I have here, whoa, I don't want that to be too obnoxious, but that's, why can I not think of what that's called? Oh my god, an hourglass. You might have seen that in one of my recent videos. I want to do some more triggers with that. It is great. I've got a little collection of some of my Plymouth Hot Wheels here. Oh, does the hood pop on this? Oh, I never knew that. That's super cool. Okay, new discovery. Exciting, exciting, exciting. I love Plymouths ever since I first watched Christine. Absolutely love that movie. I love that movie. I love that movie. I'm working on reading the book. I say that every time that I mention that in these videos. And when I say I'm working on it, I haven't picked it up in literally over a year and a half now. So don't ever quote me on that. Don't ever quote me on that. Then, yes, these are the dice from my partner's car that he was going to get rid of. And I was like, nope, I have to immortalize the past. I'm going to keep them. Oh, these are fun. So I've actually been collecting some spider molds from our old garage. I guess if you're sensitive to insects, don't watch. I'm sorry, there was no warning there. But these are just molds that I've been picking up from spiders around the house and in our garage. They're super tiny, these little tiny molds that they leave behind, but I think they're super cool, so I've been collecting them in these little jars. I thought it'd be super cool to turn these into necklaces, specifically this one. This was such a cool find. And this little pendant I picked up from Michael's, and I thought it was super cool. So yes, 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 very cool. I've got this little candle here that I think I bought, I don't know, a few years ago, and I kind of forgot about it. And then I ended up using it for videos, and then I started burning it again, and then I forgot about it, and so it sits there. I've got a couple of little wasp nests here. I found those in a lawnmower that we bought recently that broke. So there's a story behind everything. This cute little story though, this is my mom and I. My mom is a very sweet lady. She has been super supportive of my channel. She's been sending me suggestions and ideas. She's been very helpful with this channel. I'm gonna apologize in advance, Mom, for the dust on the picture. I really need to dust that off. But I look at this cute picture of us every day. It's so sweet. And then she actually got me this little rock as like a congratulations to 100 subscribers on my channel. So cute. Be happy, be happy, be happy. So I look at that every day, and it inspires me to work on my channel, So thank you, Mom. I love you so much. I've got this adorable little frog guy here. Oh my god, this just cracks me up every time I look at it. It kills me. There's a guy at the local mall that has these really cool blown glass creations, and so he does like all these little critters and stuff, and my partner and I have been getting them for each other for the last couple of years. Well, I ended up getting this little frog recently, and I got it because I thought it was just absolutely hilarious when you look it straight down the barrel and it's just staring at you. So funny. And then of course the rooster. This speaks to me for a couple different reasons. One being Alice in Chains, and two being Mother if you've heard the album Touch Up. So yes, but also just he looks super cool, and you know, who can resist? That is some really cool coloring. Very sorry man, I don't know why I gave the upshot there. Jeez, it's violated this poor guy. But yeah, super cool. I love these little critters the guy makes. And then I've also got this little miniature Polaroid camera. It's super loud and obnoxious, so I am not going to play it. Or you can push the button and it makes like a Polaroid sound, but it doesn't sound anything like it really. And then here's one of my lamps here. And just my little office lamp. This is my blinds. I'm trying to think of some more triggery things to do before the video ends. But yeah, that's just kind of today's video, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed the rambles, and the kind of unedited vibe. I wanted to do something very low-key tonight. I know I put up a poll the other day that asked like, oh, what do you guys want to see this week? And you know, I didn't really hold myself to making that video. I was gonna make a haircut video, but I just wasn't really vibing with it. It just wasn't really my thing. At the time, it's been like very draining week, had a lot of personal stuff going on, and so it can make it very hard to want to film, you know. So I thought I'm just gonna vibe tonight, take it easy, show you guys the setup. This is not the computer that I edit with, by the way. It would be awful to edit on this computer. I have worked Adobe Premiere on this computer, and I've almost killed this poor thing. My partner has one of the Alienware computers, and so that's what I use for all my editing and stuff, which I'm so thankful that he has that because I would be struggling with this guy right here. But yeah, this is just kind of my little setup for filming. You guys have seen the reverse back here, which has like, you know, my posters and my shelf and stuff. I have been updating things on my shelf and like decorating it more, but I also don't know if I will do a shelf tour or not, just because I have a lot of personal things on the shelf that are like, you know, not that I don't want anybody to see them, but like it's just it gets into like a very personal territory once I start telling stories about these things and stuff. There's a certain surface level that this channel will maintain, so we'll see if that becomes a, you know, a change in the future and more of that becomes revealed on like the shelf and stuff. But I'll have to do a dollhouse tour soon as well, which will be very fun. Maybe some of my art tour. It's hard to know what you want to share on the internet, particularly in this day and age with AI and people stealing shit. It's hard to want to put yourself out there, but I think it's important to take risks and be honest with yourself and share what you're most comfortable with and what you want people to see. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, and I'm so happy to have finally revealed this lovely desk. It does have the roll top, but I am not going to pull that down right now because it is extremely loud and obnoxious. But I'll have to do a little better video with some just straight up triggers on the desk at some point. This was much more of like a rambly video, so I hope you guys enjoyed the rambles. I hope they were entertaining. Some of the stories kept you either entertained or relaxed. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon in a new video. As always,